You know, when you go to a construction site, you see all kinds of earth-moving equipment for building up and for tearing down. And you know, today in America, there's a lot of people that really have in their mind and in their heart the tearing down of the vision, the values upon which America was founded. They want to bring a wrecking ball. They want to bring earth-moving equipment to what we've been established upon as a nation, our Judeo-Christian foundations. What are we supposed to do about this? Well, a lot of people you talk to, they say, well, I'd like to see an America that's similar to Amsterdam, Holland. Now, Amsterdam's an interesting place. It's known for tolerance. Tolerance historically meant respect for others' beliefs. But today, tolerance really has come to mean respect for others' conduct. In other words, there's no absolute standard of morality, and every man does what's right in his own eyes. I've been to Amsterdam. I've been there 3 times, and I wrote a book. I remember this book here a year ago that came out called Here's the Deal. And I want to read to you just a section here because I described what I observed when I was in Amsterdam. What you see today is abortion on demand, euthanasia, mercy killing. You see forms of infanticide, same-sex marriage, drugs. There's hundreds of coffee shops that sell hashish with one's mocha. On the street, sex shows, open explicit pornography, prostitution. There's over 27,000 registered ladies that sit in sidewalk display windows, just like you'd go to a mall, but here's the prostitutes in the windows. There's explicit homosexual, lesbian, bisexual, transvestite activity, public nudity, sex change operations. They're called gender reassignments that are covered and subsidized by the government. The age of consent is now 12 years of age. And then there's something called burnout. It's dropout leave time from work, which is rampant, financed by tax dollars, where people can renew in 5-year cycles and just really skip out of work. Now, there's a lot of people today that say they would love to see America refashioned and remolded after European socialism and secularism. Well, that's inconsistent with what our founding fathers established. When they came here, they had a vision. I've been to Plymouth Rock, Massachusetts, and you can read their documents. They came here for the proclamation of the gospel and the advancement of the Christian faith. And we know that our documents, we see the founding fathers, we see the traditions and the values that are built upon Judeo-Christian foundations. Recently, I was in Washington, D.C., and I've traveled there, and when you look in the monuments, you can see scriptures and you can see our historical roots. Somebody gave me a Bible. They said, Larry, you got to get this. And I just came home with this recently, and it's called American Patriots Bible. And it tells us, as you read the Hebrew Christian scriptures, really the foundations of our nation with truth and accuracy. What did George Washington believe? What happened in the First Continental Congress? And what were our foundations? I want to recommend very carefully that today, as there are people, politicians, talk show hosts, that want to bring bulldozing equipment and wrecking balls to our traditions and values, that we make sure we retain our biblical roots and our Judeo-Christian foundations. There's 3 things we can do. Number 1, we can make sure that we're informed and we know our historical roots, and we're teaching that to our children and grandchildren. Number 2, we want to elect officials, civil servants that are going to support Judeo-Christian values and not a secular, hedonistic type approach like we see in much of Europe and Amsterdam. And then thirdly, we need to pray. The First Continental Congress was that place, and I have this picture. It's right in my living room, showing where Ben Franklin and our founding fathers literally knelt and cried out to God that our nation, America, the United States of America, would be founded, and that it would be founded on biblical principles. Because, see, they wanted it to be founded, as Ben Franklin said, unless the Lord builds the house, we who labor are going to labor in vain. America is not some secular nation. This is a nation founded on biblical principles. And this is the hour. It's an hour, a defining moment for our time. No more wrecking balls, no more earth-moving equipment destroying our foundations. It's time to stand up and herald the truth.